What's going on, guys? Caleb here, Caleb's Property Maintenance. Thanks for coming back for yet another episode. So in the background there, we got the Pioneer warming up, and we're going to be changing oil in it today because it's at 101.4 hours. And I know if you're a stickler, you would have changed it at 100 hours, but I crossed that mark yesterday in the middle, and I wasn't about to stop and do that. I'm not that fussy. So it's warming up so that the oil will drain better, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it, and maybe help some of you guys out today. So I'm just going to let that warm up for a few more minutes, and then we'll turn it off and get it going. So what I like to do while it's warming up is actually get all the tools out, and that way we're just ready to go as soon as it's warmed up. So why don't you guys come and join me and maybe learn something if you are a little apprehensive as to how to change the oil. So here we go. And by the way, guys, we're rocking the Chance Daily Hustle hat today. So shout out to Chant. Thank you so much for big heart and your generosity at the GIE. It's really appreciated, and I'm hoping one day I can do something like that. So we'll see. All right, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so we have the tools, we got the pan, and I have my other stuff right over here. You just can't see it. So we're all lined up and ready to go. And what I like to do is, before I even shut the mower off, I want to loosen this up so it's ready to go and drain as soon as I turn the mower off. Alright, so it's draining out, and what I like to do is lift up the fill plug so it drains a little bit faster. And this socket is 11/16. I think most X marks are pretty much standard with that size. If you have a turf tracer, I believe it's the same size as well. So alright, we're going to let that drain, and then next we have to change the oil filter, and you can see it's that yellow thing right back in here. I always hate doing that because it's just a mess and it's never easy, but it has to be done. So you can see, guys, this oil isn't really black. They recommend changing it every 50, so that's what I do, just to keep up with it, and so it doesn't get too dirty. Another thing, guys, I'm always nervous about is dropping the the end of this thing in the pan. It's happened a couple times, but just gotta suck it up and deal with it. Well, guys, I can't believe I did not turn the microphone on, but changed the oil filter, so not too complicated. The threads are a mile long, and you try not to make a mess, but you always seem to. So you just have to deal with it and wipe it up with the rag. And then I like to put the old oil filter in the new oil filters box, and then put in a couple trash bags, and then in the trash can. So that's what I do. I was saying that one time when I was changing the oil, I forgot to put the nut back on, and I started dumping in the new oil, and yeah, that was a little bit fun. Thankfully, I had the pan underneath there, so none of it went on the driveway, so that was good. So now we got the oil filter back on, and we got this tightened down, so now we can just add the oil. That's the last step, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So we're all set up here to dump the oil in, and I got my oil and my measuring cup. Now you're gonna want to check in your owner's manual. There should be two different numbers. Well, number one, sorry, let me back up. Number one is the owner's manual is going to tell you what weight of oil you should be using, like 5W30, 10W30, straight 30, stuff like that. So you're going to want to check, and most of the time they'll have one weight oil for in the summertime and one for in the wintertime. So if you're running in the wintertime, you're going to be using a different type. Now for me, I just run straight 30 all year round. That's just what I do. However, I am not as organized as I thought I was. I have no more straight 30, and I did not want to run to the store and take that time right now. So I'm going to put in 5W30. So I'm going to put in 5W30, and it's really not going to affect too much of it. So, and then I checked in the owner's manual, and it's 64 ounces. So we're going to dump in 64 ounces. And this measuring cup is just only 16. So we're just going to have to dump in a few of them, and we should be good to go. So, alright, let's dump it. $16 done. $32 in there. $48 done. $64. Another little pro tip I can give for you is that in the Kawasaki, I know in the Kawasaki owner's manuals, they give you a certain number of ounces for with the oil filter changed and without the oil filter changed, whereas the Kohler manuals only give you a range. So when I'm doing this Kohler engine, it's the first Kohler engine I've ever had. So when I'm doing that, I just shoot for the middle. When they give you a range, I just go for the middle, which is 64, which is exactly 2 quarts. So if you bought it in quarts, you could easily just dump 2 in, but I don't do that. So that's why I have to measure it out. Not a big deal. So, alright guys, that concludes this video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next episode of Caleb's Property Maintenance. Hopefully this helped you guys out. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.